Hello guys, thanks for tuning back in. It's CryptoMainly. My name's Lee, as you know. Just a quick update on the indicator lab, further to yesterday's update. So we've got this indicator, which is the hybrid RSI hybrid indicator. So I've got it loaded 3 times on the screen here. So 1, 2, and 3. And the reason I've put it on there like that is I just wanted to show you how it's evolved basically. So the top one is the original. So as you can see, guys, it's got the the chart, the stats in the data table on the right hand side there. And you know how the indicator works, those of you that are using it. So the next so obviously you've got in the background, sorry for those of you that don't know how it works, you're basically looking for areas of interest to buy and sell. You're waiting for the background to change the color, so so you get green and red, as you can see if you go back in time. So obviously the greens you're looking for the buying opportunities, and reds you're looking for oversold, therefore selling opportunities. Okay, so that's how it works, guys. You wait for the background to change the color. Once the color's changed, you then wait for it to go back to white, so obviously there's no background, and then you're waiting for the bullish cross to appear after the background color has changed. You can use these other signals as I've described before, but as you can see, much more choppy in those zones. So what you're looking for ideally is the background to change color, and then obviously for for it to go back to being no color in the background at all, and then for the crosses to happen after. So that one there, for example, is a good example. Got a nice thick green, then it ends, then you get the bullish cross here, you get the bull signal at the top, and off we go. Okay, guys, as opposed to some of these in the middle where you've got, still signals which are tradable, don't get me wrong, but they're just, if you want the absolute best quality trades, and you're looking for the background color first, but you can use this indicator for the crosses anyway, all the way through, look, so you can see it's just a little bit more choppy, so you take profits a bit more quickly, but it is it's a fantastic indicator. If you're not using it, guys, don't forget it is free for everyone in VIP. Because you're a VIP member, you are able to have access to all 5 of the custom indicators, and it's free of charge, and I'm not looking to charge you for that in the future. So thank you for being part of the VIP group, and this is me giving back to you. So here we go, there's the first one. Okay, so this is the data table here. You can see on the second version here that we've now got a data table which includes some more. So just to go through the data with you, you've got average. So the average, so once you've got a bull cross, the average move is $1,079. Median is 82. Sorry, is 820. So minimum you could, £4.50 up to $4.50 up to a maximum of 8,000. So there is quite a variation between that, guys. So you are, sometimes when it chops, obviously you only get really small moves. And other times the maximum you can get from this is actually up. It's been up to 8,000 before. Okay, so what I've added in here, these are the extra parts. These are the standard deviation. Okay, so you can get, as you can see, the deviation is almost as big as the average move. Which means that the quality of the signal, you have to use something else in confluence with this signal, basically, because it's saying that this $1,000 can be variance plus or minus $1,200. So you have to be very careful with that, and hence obviously that makes sense with the minimum being $4.50. The variations can be quite large on that. Okay, so 1,400, 1,500 on a bearish, so you get a bearish cross, you got a $1,500 move. Okay, and obviously the variation on that is about 1,700. So again, you would need to use this indicator with something else. But guys, just try it for yourself. You'll see for yourself. It's very, very good. Okay, so those are standard deviations. Then you've got the average. Okay, so what this does now is it tells you what the average time to the maximum extreme is. So what this is saying is on a bullish cross, $1,000, it should reach that on average within 3 candles. This is on an hourly time frame, as you can see up there. So it should reach on average the maximum of $1,000 move within 3 candles, and for a bearish move of $1,500, it's 5 candles. Okay, additionally to that, I've also put the maximum in there, so it's saying that the maximum that it's taken to get to that extreme is 16 candles, and for the bear it's actually 20 candles. Okay, so what it's saying is an average of 3 for bullish cross, but anything up to 16 is the maximum. Okay, so bearish cross 5 up to 20. Okay, so some of you might be thinking these are quite vast differences here. So I've added these 2 variables in, and these are customizable. Okay, so this is going to say now 86% of the candle move to the extreme is 86% below 5 candles and below 10 candles. These variables are customizable, which I'll show you on the in the actual strategy itself. So you can see just go in here and you can just change the fast and slow bars here. Okay, so slow is 5, fast is 10, hence slow is 5 here, fast is 10. Those are customer might as well, and that is important, guys. We'll come to why in a second. Okay, so it's telling you that on a bull cross, 86% of the time, within 5 candles, it's reached the extreme. Okay, so it gives you an idea, if you're entering long, that you're going to be waiting between 3 and say 3 and 5 hours. Okay, less than 10, 92% of the move is done in less than 10 candles. So although it can go up to 16, 92% of the moves that it measures are complete within 10 candles. Okay, so again, it breaks down the average, and then obviously it will give you the maximum, but also in between you can customize these levels here. Okay, so that was the next stage. Okay, guys. Now, if you opened this on the mobile, you couldn't actually see some of the information on there, which was really frustrating. It was cutting off the end of the information, so you couldn't see the average move, which is probably the most important one. Obviously, the median is obviously very important, but you couldn't see the average. So median is probably the better one to go by, in my opinion. But the average one is also very useful when you couldn't see it. So this last version, the one at the bottom here, okay, this one is the new one. This is what the update's going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up to show you this in more detail. Okay, so what you can see, guys, firstly, the data chart at the bottom, it includes exactly the same average, median, minimum, maximum, the standard deviation, the average time to the extreme, and obviously the maximum bars, and then obviously you've got your standard deviations in there, so I've set that to -6 or -10. Okay, so what I've also added onto this chart, guys, is the bar chart at the bottom. So you see the color chart along the bottom there, and what that does is it tells you that from the green, so let's say for example we're looking at this one here, where you've got the green bullish cross there. Okay, what it's telling you is while it's green, okay, so I'll just so what you can see where it's green, okay, and then it changes to yellow. Okay, so what it's saying is when it gets to the yellow, is it's actually getting very late in the move. Okay, so you may be thinking about starting exiting. Okay, so what you'll usually find, grey is kind of at the extremities of the move. Okay, so for example, if you look at the greys, so the greys would be like a point where the price changes direction. Okay, the green, so you've got grey there, it goes to green, and then obviously it starts to go to yellow. Well, obviously it's telling you that it's getting very late in the move there when it goes to yellow, and obviously then you get your red change, and obviously that's when you're starting to short. Okay, so it changes to red, and also you've got your bearish signal here as well. Okay, so obviously on the chart you'll be able to see that the bearish signal's there as well. Okay, so the actual labels on the top here do correspond with this. So the crosses, bullish or bearish, do correspond with the labels on the chart. So for example, if we looked at that one there, okay, let's put a line in there so you can see. So that's a bearish cross. If you open up the chart, you can see you've got your bearish cross. It coincides with the chart, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, guys, but what this does now is it doesn't just tell you when to buy and when to sell. It actually tells you how overheated the actual chart is. So sorry, the move is. So what it's telling you, as you can see, grey is kind of just in the region of it possibly changing direction. Not necessarily, but it is. This indicator is very, very good. What you can do also is this basically this time bar is looking at these two variables here, guys. So it's very important that whatever's, let's say for example you're looking at a different asset, is that you set this up correctly to get them the maximum amount of sort of data in here as accurate, as close as you can, because this color chart works off of these two variables which are added in there. Okay, so yeah, it's very powerful, guys. You've got obviously now it's telling you not only when to buy, when to sell, it's also telling you when the best times to buy and the best times to sell are. So you've got the red and green backgrounds. Now, in addition to it telling you that and giving you sort of directional momentum, whether it's down or up, when to buy, when to sell, it also tells you how overheated that move could potentially be. Okay, guys, so it's another feature. So when you update your chart this time, same again, guys, this new table has got lots of different features on it. It's quite, there's quite varied amounts on here. These are the default settings which you'll load straight onto your chart. But if you're already using this, do remember, just take a screenshot of your own settings, because you may be, you may have tuned it into a different asset, and obviously you want to keep your own settings for that particular asset. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy the indicators. Please make use of them. They are free of charge. There's no catches. I'm not going to charge a credit, get your credit card or charge you extra for all these indicators later. Once you get used to using them, that's not my intention. It's just really me trying to give back to you for being part of the group for so long. Most of you have been from in the group from the beginning, and I do really appreciate it. Okay, guys, thanks ever so much for listening to me waffle on, and I'll speak to you again soon. All the best. Take care.